The FWA announced details of the most important day in its 11-year history as European Uprising comes to Birmingham NEC. We see the round-robin match between RJ Singh and El Ligero and the shocking events that took place at the conclusion of this contest. We discuss Robbie Brookside's words of hope and glory and exactly what they mean. And we look at the current state of the FWA World Heavyweight Title and what Martin Stone leaving the company means for Leeroy Kincaide. All that and more on this week's Frontline. FWA is Europe's most exciting wrestling promotion. Be part of the British wrestling revolution by going to www.fwauk.com. Hello, I'm Len Davis and welcome to Frontline. This week, the FWA announced what it's claiming to be the most important date in its 11-year history. Previously on Frontline, Alex Shane announced the FWA's intention to run its biggest show so far, European Uprising, on the 5th anniversary of the tragic death of Eddie Guerrero. However, the announcement of the venue was delayed for unknown reasons. For more on this story, I'm going to hand you over to Frontline's Francesa Wood.
Thanks, Len. This week I conducted an in-depth interview with Alex Shane that I feel had so much interesting content I suggested it be uploaded onto the Grapple Group's YouTube channel in full.
On the 13th of November, the 5-year anniversary of Eddie Guerrero's death, we are doing something on that day. We wanted to do something to honour Eddie and the spirit of Eddie and what he did for British wrestling. Let's not forget that Doug Williams obviously wrestled Eddie Guerrero at the Revival event, and he really, not only did he put Doug over, so to speak, but he really put over the British style of wrestling, and exactly, he showed me, I believe, what it's like to have real passion for pro wrestling. I've been at shows recently where I'm walking around talking like a madman. I'm all in the zone, a bit like this, all fired up. And the younger guys in their early 20s are looking at me thinking, man, he's got to be on something because you don't get that excited about wrestling. And I remember being with Eddie and thinking, man, he's supposed to be like off drugs and stuff now, but the guy's just, you don't get that fired up in the zone unless you're on him. And I now understand that you can. It is possible to be natural and to be excited about something. So what Eddie did was Eddie put Doug over. Doug then got the British style of wrestling over, and that helped our boom period. So Eddie is as much a part of the British wrestling revival as anybody. Don't ever forget that. So I believe that on that day, which is also the 5-year anniversary of the day the WWE got involved, shall we say, with my Universal Uproar event. So allegedly. So we want to remember that date for 2 reasons.
In the interview, Alex discusses the new venue and date for European Uprising, that being the prestigious Birmingham NEC on November the 20th as part of Memorabilia Weekend. It's on this day that Leeroy Kincaide will finally get his long-awaited FWA World Heavyweight Title shot after his pinfall win against the Agenda at Hope and Glory.
The look on Redmond's eyes, he's right in front of us. He doesn't seem to know where he is. Kincaide knows where he is. Kincaide knows where he is. Redmond is clueless, but Kincaide is in the opposite corner.
But Kincaide looks groggy too.
Spear!
Oh, not enough.
Spear by Kincaide! Kincaide, cover, 2, 3, and Kincaide wins again! Kincaide wins again!
However, it is still not known who he will face, as the agenda have claimed ownership of the belt until that date. I caught up with the leader of the resistance at the conclusion of Hope and Glory for these comments exclusive for Frontline. Leeroy, what are your thoughts on tonight's shocking events?
Do you know what, right? My thoughts right now, first and foremost, is once again, your boy Leeroy Kincaide has overcome whatever this so-called agenda is thrown at him. Now, I don't know about you, but you know Joel Redmond went down with a spear, 1, 2, 3, right? So that's how that story goes. So you don't take Leeroy Kincaide out for 1 year right now today. So the second thing I want to outline, just for everyone, and especially you guys at the agenda, so you don't get it twisted, right, is that now guarantees me, sorry, let me just grab this. That guarantees me now, Leeroy Kincaide, #1 contender title match, right? So that means whichever one of you punks, whether it be Joel Redmond again, could be Yestin Reese, he's the only one who ain't gone down thus far with a spear just right. If it was any one of you guys, I'm ready for this. That title, whether Martin Stone is ready for his leg operation or whatever he's had done, I mean, I don't really care. He can hobble down to the ring, he can walk on a crutch, whatever, make it a handicap match if you want. Your boy Kincaide is ready, and I'm seriously ready. European Uprising. Don't get it twisted.
Don't forget that European Uprising and the first ever British Wrestling Hall of Fame all take place on November the 20th as part of Memorabilia Weekend. For more details on this history-making event, go to www.fwauk.com.
Thanks, Francesca. On last week's Frontline, we showed you the FWA Flyweight Title round-robin tournament match between RJ Singh and Johnny Storm.
But Khan grabbing the leg of Storm, and now Lance Lenehan is throwing Khan out of here as well.
Hey, this Lance Lenehan, the referee who got thrown off a balcony in front of 3,500 people at Coventry Sky Dome 5 years ago.
Yes, he did.
Well, he's obviously still suffering from post-concussion syndrome. I mean, what's all that about? He's thrown the director out. He's thrown Adil Khan out.
Well, it happened right in front of you. How can you possibly deny that Khan didn't just cheat?
That's the heat in the Wolverhampton Civic Hall. I'd say it's getting hot in here.
In the meantime, it looks like...
He steamed my glasses
It looks like Storm's hurt his ankle, maybe. Oh, no, he hasn't! No, he hasn't! Wonderwell from Storm! And Storm wins it! Storm wins it!
Oh, no.
Yet this was not the only flyweight title clash that fans would witness at Hope and Glory, as the Rockstar Spud locked horns with the Mexican sensation El Ligero. However, this classic slice of FWA flyweight action has been overlooked by many as a result of the shocking events that took place at the conclusion of the match. RJ Singh was clearly in a terrible mood after being eliminated from the tournament earlier in the evening by the Wonder Kid Johnny Storm. Yet despite all of his previous actions, what the fans at Wolverhampton witnessed that evening were his most extreme so far.
And introducing his opponents.
You can find the next part of this edition of Frontline on the FWA YouTube channel now.
This is the resistance, and we need your help.